Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the podcast, The Life Experience. I'm your host, G. Rob, and today my guest is...
Gwen Carl.
Gwen Carl. So how are you doing today, Gwen Carl?
Pretty good. School was all right. I went to Skills USA after school. That was pretty fun.
What'd you do there?
I'm working on my welding sculpture project. It's going to be a dragon to match the host's dragon.
Okay, so, you know what's in a couple of weeks?
Black Friday.
That is true. You know what comes before Black Friday?
Thanksgiving.
What do you do on Thanksgiving?
You eat a bunch.
Where do you eat a bunch at?
I go to my aunt and uncle's house in North Platte.
North Platte, not North Fork?
No, I go to North Fork for Christmas.
I think you mean North Fork.
North Fork? That's not even close. Most people say Norfolk, but they're dumb. It's Norfolk.
So you go to your aunt and uncle's house. On which side of the family?
My mom's side.
Your mom's side? How about Norfolk? Which side of the family is that on?
My mom's again. We usually go to my mom's for holidays.
Is your dad's family dead? Or why do you never see them?
I do see them. They just don't. It's not really a thing, you know, like we'll have Christmas, but it won't be on Christmas because everyone has other plans. And my other grandma and grandpa love them to death, but they're not huge planners like my mom's side of the family. So we go other places.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any Thanksgiving traditions?
We eat a bunch. Usually everyone will watch football, and me and my sisters will watch the children. And yeah, one time we played spoons. Usually we play games.
Mm-hmm. What is spoons? What game is that? It's a card game, right?
It's the card game where you have to get 4 of a kind, and then you have to grab a spoon. We played in 10 spoons, and I ended up tackling my younger sister.
Do you ever play it with knives because you can't find spoons?
No, that sounds fun, though, but way more violent.
How about forks? Do you ever play it with forks?
No, because then when it'd be spoons, it'd be called forks, and that's not how it's pronounced.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you ever play any other games?
Yes. I can't remember which ones, but we play a bunch of games while the adults yelling at the TV. And sometimes if it's nice, we'll go outside, but usually it's cold because Nebraska weather sucks.
Mm-hmm. Currently, it's a few weeks before Thanksgiving, and there is 2
snow.
inches.
It's snow.
Yeah, there's 2 inches of snow outside. So.
And they didn't even cancel school. What is the point, Mother Nature?
Yeah. So, do you have any funny stories from any of your aunts?
Yeah, my mom's cousin once got really drunk, and she tried to get people to sniff the whipped cream so she could pour it in their face. Also, one time, it was really cold, and we were eating in the garage, and my mom's cousin's friend, she used to, but now she's married and she doesn't come anymore. She had to put on this weird, football hat that looked really funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm picturing it right now. You can't see what I'm saying, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I can't see what you're saying.
It's one of the old-fashioned football helmets. It had a little N on it for Nebraska, and it was, knitted.
Okay, I think I can see that now.
Oh, and a tradition that I just thought of, my great-uncle always comes in with one of those, deli meat turkeys, mm-hmm. and he says, "Brought the turkey."
So, is that your turkey?
No, we get another one, but it's always funny when he does it.
Mm-hmm. So, what kind of food do you have? Do certain people bring certain kinds of food?
Yeah, kind of. Usually most of the food is made at my uncle's house, and we have turkey, ham, others, buns, green bean casserole, and then other mm-hmm. people bring other things. My mom, usually makes spinach dip. That's gross. I don't eat it. And then we'll have fruit and a lot of pies because my grandma loves to make pies. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing eat them, but mostly to make them. She makes a lot of pies in her day.
Most of our pies are generally store-bought. We might... One of my family members might bring a homemade pie, but my aunt likes to bring store-bought pies.
Nope, my grandma makes all her pies. She makes pecan pie, strawberry rhubarb.
Pecan?
Whatever.
I think you mean pecan pies.
Pecan pies, apple pies, pumpkin pie. I'm not a fan of pumpkin pie, but most people are. I think it's weird looking.
Pumpkin pie is really only good with Cool Whip, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's way too dense. It's too weird, you know? Yeah.
I think my favorite's probably pecan pie or a pudding pie, a chocolate pudding pie.
Those are good. I like apple pie.
I'm not a fan of apple pies or cooked fruit pies. They're just not my thing. Never really liked them.
And I don't like it with ice cream. because I think pies should be eaten warm, and if you have ice cream on your pie, it's all cold and mushy.
But that's what makes it good.
No, that's not true at all. You don't put ice cream on it.
But that's what makes it good.
It's already good. If you've ever had one of my grandma's pies, you'd be like, nope, this doesn't even need ice cream.
But that's what makes it good.
Nope, she's just that talented.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cooked apples, but in foods class, we've made cooked apples before, and they are not that bad, but most of the time they were microwaved.
I was going to say, when I was in food class, we used a can. It was just a can of apples.
Oh. Yeah, we microwaved them. We made an apple crisp, and that was pretty good.
Oh my gosh, my mom makes amazing apple crisp. We don't eat it at Thanksgiving, but it's really good. So you should try it, but you can't because it's my mom.
Oh. So, like, you mentioned rolls. Are they like Cane's Hawaiian rolls or like the homemade ones?
Those are gross.
What? No, you shut your mouth.
Cane's
They are
Hawaiian-
delicious.
They are gross.
Have you ever had a leftover like a turkey or ham sandwich from Thanksgiving with maybe just a slice of cheese and some mustard on it?
No.
It is the best on a Cane's Hawaiian roll.
But King's Hawaiian rolls are gross, so that'd probably cancel out the goodness.
They are so good, though. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie.
I'm not a fan. No, I don't know if they're homemade. We call them, when we were little and to now, we call them butt buns because they look like a butt. And we eat a bunch. And they're really good.
Very mature.
Yeah, if you meet my family, you'll be like, yeah, they're mature.
So you don't know if they're homemade or not? So do they just, like, pop up on the dinner table?
Sometimes I'll just, like, go downstairs and they'll come upstairs and the dough's already in there. I'm pretty sure they're store-bought. But they could be homemade. I'm going to have faith in my family and say they're homemade even though they're probably store-bought.
Mm-hmm. So, for our food, my Uncle Dave will bring green bean casserole. My Uncle Roger will bring carrots, like a carrot casserole, at least he did last year. My aunt always brings sweet potato casserole, with the marshmallows and
we
the
have
pecans.
That too.
That's very good. And my mom or my uncle, or both, one of them will make a ham and one of them will make a turkey. Mm-hmm. I think my mom's made the turkey past couple of years. And then, yeah. Mm-hmm. If my my uncle's wife's parents come over, then we'll get deviled eggs.
Ew, and deviled eggs are also gross.
Deviled eggs are amazing.
Gross.
They're my favorite.
Gross.
My cousin Kristen will probably bring like a veggie tray with some dip in the middle. Mm-hmm. And she'll probably make it cute like she always does.
I don't know if we have I don't think we have a veggie tray.
Ooh, and my mom will make twice baked potatoes. And those
Twice baked potatoes?
Twice baked potatoes. Like a potato casserole. And there's carrots inside of them, but it just makes it look cheesy, extra cheesy. And there's like 2 sticks of butter on top of it melted. Because that's what makes it good. Yeah.
More fat means it's more delicious. Mm-hmm. Every time I think of baked potatoes, though, my little sister Sarah eats baked potatoes like an apple. Like she just like uses her hand and just eats it. So that's always what I think of is an image of her doing that. It's like the weirdest thing. If you're just eating dinner with us, she'll just...
Are you a potato skin person or no? Do you eat the skin of your baked potato?
No. Well, depends how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. It's a mood thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I generally eat it because I'm not wasteful, and it has the most nutrition of the whole potato, so you gotta eat it.
But if it has nutrition, it probably doesn't taste as good as the fatty stuff.
It kind of tastes a little earthy. It kind of tastes like, you put a little bit of dirt on there.
Is that your family's secret recipe?
Yeah, just you put a little bit of dirt of it and everything. Gives it a wholesome, earthy taste.
Just like the
Pilgrims. Like Grandma used to make it.
That's what I was going for. I was going to say Puritans, but that's not right.
Yeah, it's the Pilgrims.
Pilgrims.
And for Thanksgiving was actually a lie. They did not have that much food. Oh. They just added dirt to everything to make it go a little further.
Are you being serious, or are you just going back to the dirt thing?
No, I'm just going back to the dirt thing.
That does not sound correct at all.
I mean, that's not correct at all. Have you seen Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving?
No.
You seriously have not seen that? Neither of the Thanksgiving specials?
No, we watched the parade, though.
Have you seen the Christmas special?
The Christmas special?
For Charlie Brown?
We don't watch Charlie Brown.
What? Like, I watch every year. It comes on once. Every year.
We watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and then when that's over, they switch it to football. Also, the Thanksgiving Day Parade, every year I feel like my dad says that they're not actually singing, they're lip singing.
I mean, they could be, But I couldn't imagine. I would much rather watch it in TV than be there in real life.
Because you have to get there at like 3 o'clock in the morning to get good spots.
And it's going to be freezing.
Mm-hmm.
You're in New York. It's going to be crowded. It's going to be loud. Your toddler's going to be crying.
Yeah, what's the point? Just watch it on TV.
Yeah.
You get the same experience from your own home.
Yeah.
That's why the TV was invented.
Yeah. And I feel each year they add new balloon things. I'm like, what is that? They had Diary of Wimpy Kid. Really?
Yeah, like, that's not... I get it's a popular book, but don't make it. I liked the How to Train Your Dragon one, that one year.
I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones.
That one is also good.
Or the Paw Patrol.
Yes, I do like Paw Patrol. And right now, I'm singing the theme song in my head because, you just got to go to the theme song.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best kid shows around today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's dogs.
Dogs, Paw Patrol.
Kids like dogs.
Paw Patrol, be there on the double.
That'll get us demonetized. You can't sing songs. It'll get us demonetized.
Yeah. My cousin really liked Paw Patrol, but now he's too old for it, as he says.
He's a big kid now.
Yeah, he's at the age where he's like, I'm too old for that.
I'm a big boy.
And you're like, you're 6 years old.
Yeah. It's probably what adults feel when teenagers are like, I'm an adult. Don't treat me like that.
I do not talk like that.
I don't either.
I do a lot of kid things, like playgrounds and ball pits. Well, not ball pits, but like if there was one that was clean, I would totally go in it.
Ball pits kind of scare me now because
of the bacteria.
Of the pink eye. Like as a kid, I had no problem with it, but now I'm like, I don't want to get pink eye.
Or a giant bouncy house. We should get one of those and just put it in your backyard when it's no longer snowy and cold, and just bounce around in it.
How about your backyard? My backyard's just a hill.
Okay, my backyard's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I used to have a big backyard. My cousin had a bouncy house at his graduation.
Don't even start with that. The Hillside 6th grade graduation was supposed to have a bouncy house, and then they were like, we had one last year, and it was like really hot, and so we had lame party games that no one wanted.
Oh, we got 10 Wallies.
That's dumb.
It was good. It was fun.
We had nothing. Nothing.
We had 10 Wallies, and then we went bowling and played laser tag.
The budget was $100, and they spent $50 on the T-shirts that also sucked. They just said West Side Warriors, and they didn't even say, like, Hillside. Mm-hmm. And then we didn't do anything. And it was like, we just sat there and played dumb party games.
Oh, I was so mad, because we got a booklet of, like, of our pictures from kindergarten into now.
Oh,
and, like,
cute.
a little fact about, like, us, like, favorite color, favorite food.
Was your fact wrong?
No, my 6th grade picture was wrong. I was so mad.
What do you mean it was wrong?
It was a different girl in my class.
What? How do you mess that up? It says Grace Roberts. Grace Roberts. It doesn't say Grace Roberts and then the 6th grade one, they forgot your name, so they just marked you down as, yep, she took a picture.
I was so mad.
That's so...
It, like, ruined my whole 6th grade graduation. So mad. At least I got to sit with the boy I liked on the bus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Does he still go to the West Side?
Yeah, he does. I'm not telling you his name, though.
Can you tell me off recording what you
Yeah, I can tell you off recording, but not on the air.
Okay.
But you had something fun happen to you today, right? Your cat puked?
Again?
As in, like, again today, or?
No, like, again, like, she pukes a lot. And I have to clean it up because my sisters are jerks. And they were like, oh, hey, you know what? No, you can clean it up.
So there's currently cat puke on your floor just sitting there getting smelly. Because nobody is cleaning it up.
I have to go clean it up when I'm home. She once puked and it looked like ramen noodles.
Yum. Did she eat ramen noodles?
No. I picked it up with a shovel. Because I am not touching that with my hands. And if you use a paper towel, that's the same. You're just like, you're just not touching it directly. But the juices seep in through the paper towel. So you use a shovel.
Yeah. So how do you clean it up? Like,
you take a shovel and you throw that in the garbage can. And then you spray some fabric cleaner. And you just wipe it up and it should be all good.
Does that work for human throw up too?
I have cleaned human throw up only once in my life. And it was on hardwood. So I have no idea.
Okay. I've had to clean dog poop up off of the kids who I was babysitting's floor because their dog pooped in the basement and the kids wanted to play in the basement.
My dog puked in the basement. It's not technically my dog, but it's the zoo's dog, but if anyone tells you otherwise.
Is your part-time dog?
It's my dog.
Your part-time dog.
He loves me more, I'm guessing, than the people at the zoo because I give him food, and his favorite stuffed animal is at our house. It's a giraffe.
Mm-hmm. What's the giraffe's name?
It doesn't have a name. It's just giraffe.
That's pretty lame.
Well, he's clawing its. I think it lost both of its ears, so I think it's gross if we give it a name, because if we gave it a name, it would be, sad because he doesn't have ears.
So he wouldn't be able to hear you when you called his name.
There's no point. Why would you name a deaf kid if they don't have? You can't hear.
That's so mean.
They can't hear you.
You can sign to them.
Not the same. They don't know how it's pronounced.
That is true.
Like, all those dumb things where it's like Caitlin. There's like a million ways to spell Caitlin.
There is.
What is
and
it?
Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot.
Like, how extreme do you have to be to spell an Elliot with 2 L's and 2 T's? That's pretty extreme.
Why do people spell Caitlin with 2 N's?
I don't know.
My cousin's named Caitlin, and it's like, I've grown up with, this is how you spell it, so like, I think this is how it's spelled. Except on my phone, it's spelled with 2 T's because she said she's always wanted to like cross 2 T's.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I gave her that pleasure on my phone.
Isn't that weird when you grow up, like, in your elementary school, you're like really enclosed to the outside world, and then you get to middle school, and then there's like a boy with what you thought was a girl's name, like Peyton.
Or Avery.
Yeah.
There was this one kid in my geometry class, and my twin sister's name is Avery, and people would get us confused because they're not very smart people, and so every time someone says Avery, I feel like I have to look and yell at them saying, I'm Gwen. So that was really hard in geometry. One of the hardest things was not having to turn around and be like, it's pronounced Gwen for your information. It was actually just another kid named Avery.
It's pronounced Gwen.
You'd be surprised how many people get that wrong.
I mean, I'll mix up my little cousins, and I've known them since they were born, so it's pretty easy to mix up siblings.
Not if they do not look the same, act the same, talk the same, or I'm going to say it again, look the same.
It's pretty easy to mix up siblings.
Not if they don't look the same.
If you don't know them that well, it's pretty easy to mix up.
It's very easy to know who is who if you know what they look like. If you know what one looks like, you can be like, that's Gwen. Oh, that one looks different. That's Avery.
Yeah.
Or, just identify us for our backpacks. We have different backpacks.
They're like, oh, that's the pretty twin. That's the ugly twin.
I hope you're talking about me as the pretty twin.
But the world may never know.
The world will never know. You and I will know, though.
Yeah, we'll know.
It's me.
The world will know.
The world will know.
The world will know. And it's crazy when, like, you're in class with somebody and they have a twin of, like, the opposite gender, and you had no idea until you get your yearbook. And you're like, they have a twin? What the heck?
Or you think they're twins, but really they just have the same last name.
Yeah.
Like with
Or
all
like
the
cousins.
freaking Johnsons. Why is Johnson such a common last name?
There's at least, like, 5 of them.
And don't mention there's, like, 10 teachers with the last name of Johnson.
Yeah.
One of them, the swing teacher. The swing teacher was awesome. Mr. Johnson. Shout out.
I didn't take swimming because I heard the pool got cold sometimes.
It was cold, but it was way better than, like, working out.
Cross training is literally the best PE class you can take at Westside.
I'm pretty sure it's swimming.
It's so fun. The teacher's great, and you dance. That's a little weird. I didn't like the dancing unit where you dance with other people because I don't like other people. But, like, some of the other units were just so fun. And I had a ball in that class.
Well, you see, I don't like to work out or do any physical activity of any kind, except for, like, I'll go hiking or whatnot. But morally, I like to stay inside, just sit on the couch. So I like swimming because, don't tell the teacher, but I would do, like, 3 laps and then say I did, like, 16, and he would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would always cheat in middle school, and we had to do, like, run our laps around the gym for our warm-up.
Oh, yeah, you just...
I would always stop at, like...
When everyone else is done?
Yeah, or I'd stop at, like, 4 and then feel super guilty that I didn't do my 5th lap. But I got over it by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I did. I would just stop when everyone else was stopping, and I was like, oh, I think we're done.
I'm done now. Woohoo!
Yep. I did the same as everyone else.
Yeah, and I felt bad when I was slower.
I also did that in 9th grade, when you were supposed to, like, see how many laps you could run. I think I did, like, 4, but I said I got, like, 6.
Yeah. I missed a day, and apparently so did this other guy. And we were doing that, and he was a bigger guy, and he said he got, like, 9. And I was like, I got 7. And the teacher came up to me. He was like, how many did you get? And did you pass him a couple times? I'm like, yeah, I got like 7, and I definitely passed him at least once.
So he lied.
Yeah, so he was a liar.
But, like, if there's a teacher listening, everyone lies, I'm guessing, on how many laps they get, except for the stupid,
Except for me.
Athletic kids and Grace.
Yeah, and me. Because I'm an honest child. My parents raised me to be a good person.
I don't lie on important things.
Yeah.
But, like, if I don't want to do something, like swimming laps, I will say I did more than I actually did.
But you know what was ridiculous? The plank test.
I failed that.
They said we would, like, be training. They'd start us up at, like, 30 seconds. Next week, a minute. Next week, 2 minutes. That's not training. And then I would fail it because I was doing a real plank where that girl over there is like a triangle. No, you're supposed to be flat, not a triangle.
I was babysitting and the loser of Candyland had to do 2 push-ups. And this one little girl tried to do a push-up, but she was a triangle. And she's like, it's not that hard.
Like,
and I was like, okay, it's so cute, but you're doing it way wrong.
Yeah, you're doing it.
But she won, so she didn't have to do a push-up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, she was like 4, and she beat me at Candyland.
Candyland, that's a pretty fun game, though.
It's also really easy. That's why we were playing it.
Yeah. So, kids. They're either amazing or they're literally the worst. Mm-hmm. So I went to a wedding this weekend. My cousin was getting married. And one of my little cousins, Theo, he was sitting in front of me with his grandparents, my aunt and uncle. Mm-hmm. And he was just squirming all around, moving around, like looking back at us, looking forward, putting his feet up on the chair. And so he was looking around for a while at us. And then I go to boop his nose like he did with little kid. Mm-hmm. And then I got so close and he's like, don't touch me. And he said that really loudly and the ceremony was quiet. Way to go, and my mom was like, what the heck, shut up. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to boop his nose.
What a fun wedding moment. And then everything had to stop so this one kid could scream out and then it continued.
Yeah.
My cousin, he is really fun at times, really not fun at other times. He's the child that, like, thinks he knows everything. And so you're like, oh, yeah, what's this? And he's like, well, I know it, but I just don't want to tell you right now. And we're like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but I do know it. And you're like, what?
I have a cousin who's miserable to play with. He was like, want to play. And I was like, okay, I'll play cards with you. I'll play your Pokemon cards. And then he sets it up so, like, he can win. And, like, it's ridiculous. He's like, no, you can't play. Like, to his younger brother, you can't play yet. You can play. And he just wants to play with me. I'm like, this is literally the most boring game ever. And you set it up so you could win. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is why I don't like to play with you. He also picked up my yarn when it fell out of my bag. I thought he was going to hand it to me. Mm-hmm. No. He threw it across the room. I'm like, what's your problem? What?
Oh,
okay.
That's really funny. I was working once and the girl's yarn fell out of her pocket or something. And
was
it got
it me?
No, it wasn't you. And it got caught in the door. And so she kept walking and walking. And we were like, well, I was like, should we tell her that's her yarn? At first I didn't know where it was coming from because it was stuck in the door. And I was like, what is happening? It just kept coming. And then I think one of the supervisors was like, it's his yarn. I'm like, why would you bring that to the zoo?
I mean, I don't know why you'd bring that to the zoo.
It was like her knitting stuff.
Maybe she had like a long car ride.
Oh, yeah,
and
maybe.
She's doing it in the car.
Or it was just in the car. Or in her
she
bag.
She could have left it in the car, though.
I don't know how it fell out of her bag, though, because, like, everything was, like, zipped up. And, like, it's just...
That's happened to me before. It, like, gets stuck on a corner, and then it's just pulling out of your thing.
I don't think there's any way for you to tell, because it's so light. So you just keep walking, and then it's, like, you're halfway across the store. And then
you're like, oh, now I got to wind it up. That's a pain.
Oh.
So you like a guy at your work?
On the microphone, no. Off it.
Yes. She said yes.
I didn't say yes. It's not like he's going to listen to this.
Is it the lion?
The lion? Yes, I have a big crush on the lion at work.
Lion.
I work at the zoo,
You're a furry?
by the way. Yes.
You used to work at the zoo?
And
now you're applying for Bagel Bin?
No, that's not when she's lying. I still work at the zoo. I'm just inactive is what it's called when you don't work for a while. Because no one goes to the zoo in the winter.
So are you, like, guaranteed a job in the summer then?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice. Mm-hmm. My cousin, she had 2 jobs. One was at Old Navy, and the other one was at Eddie Bauer. And she was like, worked once a month at Old Navy just to keep the job. And then they scheduled her for when she couldn't work. And she's like, I can't work this day. And then they fired her when she didn't show up because she couldn't work that day.
I don't know. One supervisor they said was really mean gave me the rest of the day off to go to high school orientation. Aww. I was like, can I have a long lunch so I can go to my high school orientation? And she was like, do you want to just take the rest of the day off? Yes. I was supposed to work 9 hours. I only worked like 4.
That sounds miserable.
Mm-hmm. And it was in stroller room. We give out strollers to people. And people don't know how to keep them clean. There have been wet sand, wet Cheerios.
Blech.
It looked like they took ice cream and just smeared it on the bottom for fun. Yeah, and kids are gross, so they make a lot of juices, so we gotta clean them all off.
Yeah, some people don't know how to pick up after themselves. It's like, no, you don't leave your baskets on your table when you're done eating, or your drink cups. You throw them in the trash like everybody else, except not the baskets. Don't throw the baskets away, or Sue will yell at us. Because we're out of baskets.
But I'm okay if you're like, oh, hey, you have a trash can back there? We have these water bottles. I'm like, yes. I don't throw them in the trash can, though. I empty them and then throw them in the recycling.
Yeah.
But, like, if you just leave them there, I'm like, sure, I'll take your garbage. Yeah. And, like, people at the zoo, you have no idea how, like, annoying they can be. But there was this one I'm
guessing you had a lot of Karens.
Yes.
You know what a Karen is? Yeah.
And, like, but this was one time, there was a bunch, they were, like, from England or something, and I had to walk a, like, wheelchair up so they could get the old lady. And then they were like, do you go to the university? And I was like, that was so cool. No, I go to high school, but that was awesome. Anyway, that was, like, the top moment in my work experience.
One time, an old lady asked if I was 12.
And you were like, if I worked when I was 12, that's illegal.
I'm like, no, ma'am, I'm 16.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think it was all right working, but I don't do it anymore, but I will start in May.
So, like, how did you find your job? Like,
my father works at the zoo, and he set up an interview for us. Well, he'd, like, kind of like, hey, my daughters are 16, they can work. And then we filled up a resume, and we went to the interview. And the people were super nice there. There's this one girl named Sue. She interviewed me. She's nice. She is like the management, so she goes out and she gets all the stuffed animals and stuff. Which I think it'd be a great job if I wanted to work in business.
Like, was it boring or like was it entertaining? Did you hate people?
Entertaining at times when like people were dumb and like they'd be like, because we would sell these like conservation buttons, and there was like a red panda, and people would always be like, and a fox. You'd be like, red panda. There was this one time, it was probably like second greatest thing that ever happened. She was naming them all off, and she got to the tiger, and she said lion, and then her like 5-year-old went, that's a tiger, and she's like, oh, it is. Whoops. I thought that was hilarious.
She should have been like, oh no, I was just testing you.
He was like, that's a tiger, and I was like, that's awesome. Her kid knows more than her.
Maybe she was blind, but
no, she was pointing right at it. She said all the other ones.
Maybe she's just guessing. She was like,
she's
penguin.
She's a really good guesser. Then she got like 5 out of 6.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of being blind, but sort of not blind. We have a lady who comes in and she's like, she can't speak. What's that called? Mute?
Yeah, mute.
Yeah. She's mute, so her kids order for them or for her, and they're just like screaming, trying to get over the glass. I'm like, how about we go to the counter? And they're just like yelling their order at me. I'm like, okay.
The glass isn't soundproof, and even if it was, it's not like you're yelling through it.
No.
There's a little thing.
They're like 5 inches tall, and the glass is like 10 feet tall, so I can't hear them.
They are that small? Wow.
It's an over-exaggeration.
She has so much trust in her kids. She'll just be like, you can order for me. Well, she can't actually say that.
Yeah, she can't.
She can't. Oh, my gosh. She has so much trust in them. I would not trust my kids to order for me because I like things a certain way or else it is gross.
Yeah, that is true. But some people's orders are really specific, and if you get them wrong, they get really mad.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to work in food, so I won't work at Bagel Bin.
No,
because like, I don't want to work with food. It's weird.
It's fun. Except for one of my coworkers. He's not fun. One of my favorite coworkers, Cash, he quit.
What?
And I'm crushed.
Why?
Because he got a better job that pays like $20 an hour.
Where does he work? I want to work there.
It's a Mexican restaurant. I had just had it in my mind.
Is it
Starts with an R.
Romeo's?
Not Romeo's.
Ricardo's. That's
maybe no.
No, because that's in Norfolk.
Yeah.
And there's only one. It's like our family restaurant. We always go there.
But he might be setting up a thing because Hannah wants less hours.
Mm-hmm.
So she might just work Saturdays and he might just work Sundays. And I really hope that happens because Cash is the best one to tell stories to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a lot of nice people who worked at the zoo. Avery worked there, which was all right. We weren't really together except for one time. We were in aquarium together with a really cool supervisor named Austin. He's probably one of the best ones. And like, oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on her name. It was like Melissa. No. It was something with an M. Anyway, I can't think of it right now.
Megan?
Wait, hang on. It's on my phone. It was...
Was it Megan?
No.
Was it Megan?
No.
Melissa?
No.
Was it Megan?
Hang on. I saved all this. Nope, that's not it.
Oh, I'm offended because Joe doesn't have me saved in his
McKenna.
phone. McKenna?
That was her name. She was pretty cool. Corinne was pretty nice. She was like super nice. Like, oh my gosh, she was so sweet. She once gave me like 2 breaks. We're only supposed to have 1. It's because it was like I was supposed to work like 8 hours outside and it was like 90 degrees. And she was like, you can have 2 breaks. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. Sometimes Sue let us go home early, but most of the times I wouldn't.
It says, like, if you look on your app where you're supposed to, like, oh, I'm supposed to work here. It says till 7, but usually get off, like, 6:30 because the gift shop closes at 6, and then you just have to clean stuff. So if it wasn't really busy, you got nothing to clean.
Yeah. Nothing drives me more nuts than when people stay past closing time. And I did that in a restaurant once, and now I feel so guilty about it.
Because, like, once you, like, start working, you realize that, like, it sucks. If you're doing this, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you don't realize it until you're like, oh, wait, that's really mean to do.
And I feel bad at Pepper Jack Grill because, you know, you just leave your plates on your table. I'm like, no, you have to dump them because that's such an inconvenience to come out here and pick up all of the junk.
I also don't do that because I work in the gift shop. I would just be like, hey, how was your day? Usually it was good because I just got done with the zoo. And so the kids, oh my gosh, if they had good kids, it was awesome. Because you'd be like, did you, like they'd have like a rhino and you're like, oh my gosh, did you see the rhinos? And they'd be like, oh my gosh, they were so big. And you were like, I know, isn't that crazy? And then you say
small talk.
And then you say some like crazy thing like, did you know I pet a rhino? And then the kids, they're stupid. So they'll be like, oh my gosh, really? And you're like, yes.
Okay, nothing is more annoying than small talk when somebody's when the person in front of me, because we only have one register, is checking out and they're just making small talk. Well, and they're not even ringing them up yet. They're just making small talk. They have the card in their hand ready to swipe and they're just making small talk. I'm like, no, there is a line out the door. You need to stop making small talk and go take someone else's order. It makes me so mad.
Again, yeah, sometimes when they're at like the end, they really want to get home, so they're in a hurry. But there's this one worker. I didn't really like him. His name was London. He couldn't get my name right. I was wearing a freaking name badge. Read the name badge. It says Gwen, not Avery.
Was he like, Gwen?
No, like he would say like Avery or some other. He once said a name that I didn't even know. I was like, what? No. And then someone's like, they don't even look alike. I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing, again, name badge.
Name badge.
He would always be like, oh, you guys from here? He's like, they'd be like, no. I'm like, where are you from? I'm like, just scan their stuff, dude. He was annoying. I didn't really like him. He was like, oh, everyone knows the vice president. I was like, no one knows the vice president. So, of course, we picked like the one guy in the store who knows him.
Yeah.
I can't even say his name because I don't know it anymore.
I don't know the vice president.
He was like he was saying something about him. I was like, who's that? And he's like, you don't know the vice president? I was like, no one knows the vice president. And so we were like, sir, do you know who the vice president is? And he's like, isn't it blah, blah, blah? And then I was like, really? Really? I was making a point here that no one knows who the vice president is.
You picked the one guy that likes politics.
Right. Probably should have chosen that child he was with.
Yeah.
Do you know who the vice president is? What's a president? See? They don't know who it is.
I tried to make small talk once this weekend, and it was awful. The guy was wearing, like, a Dingman's Collision shirt. I was like, hey, my brother's friend with a Dingman, and he was like, oh, cool.
The one time you try.
Yeah, the one time I tried. Then some other guy was like, you look just like my niece. You look just like her. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, you look just like my niece.
I am your niece.
I'm like, I am your niece. Oh, I should have been like, I thought this lady, I should have been like, what's your niece's name? It's like, oh, that's my name too. Oh my God, that's crazy.
What? I'm not wearing a name tag. What? No.
No, I don't have a name tag. I'm so glad I don't have a name tags.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone has a name badge at the zoo.
No, then people would use my name. That's weird.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. They can't see it because I wear it on like a lanyard and it went down here, and usually like on the counter covers up my name.
Yeah. That would be so bad.
But like getting into the computer was so easy. You just have to scan the badge. Like this, my friend Emily works at Target, and she has to put in like 15 numbers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just have a little badge and you just scan it.
Yeah.
And then bam, you're in. Because like, what are you gonna do on the zoo computer? Well, you could give yourself 30% off.
Yeah.
If you work there, you get 30% off.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a student, so I still get 30% off.
Wait, so if I went, or no, just a student at the zoo academy?
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
So
I was
if
like,
you, like,
if I went,
You
I
come
couldn't go.
with me, I could get you a discount.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I bought all the stuffed animals, how much would that be with a discount?
A lot.
A lot?
It would still be a lot.
Dang.
Because like all of them or one of each.
One of each.
That'd still be a lot. We have $20 stuffed animals. There's a giant alligator that's $64.
I'll take it. I'll take your entire stock.
It's not even that because of an alligator. Or is it a crocodile? I don't know.
One of the two. Alligator has a more square nose.
Yeah. I know that. I don't remember which one it was. I would always get bored at work if there was like no one there and everything was clean. The supervisors were always like, "Oh, just like floor walk and clean." Dude, it's done. There's nothing to clean. There hasn't been anyone in like an hour. So I would save the little like you have to cut off the tag, and sometimes the tag had little information things on it. So I would just read them and then cut them up very precisely and just throw them away. And that's what I would do.
Yeah.
You gotta find something to entertain yourself.
I mean, don't you just talk with your coworkers?
Depends who I'm with. I'm with this one guy named Andy. He's cool. We talk in German sometimes.
Oh.
And he's pretty cool, but if I'm like with someone I don't know very well or an older person, I don't want to talk to them because they are older and sometimes they're boring. No offense to old people, but offense to people who work at the zoo, but no offense.
Okay, but some people just talk with no passion. Like, I know this one person, like, you'll be like, "Oh, how was your vacation?" And he'll be like, "Oh, it was fine. We went to the beach."
You should be proud of
and
yourself. You went to the beach.
swimming."
I haven't been to the beach in like years.
I'm going to Florida over winter break. I'm so excited because I love the beach.
I don't know. My grandma I think we're supposed to go to Florida. It's not like concrete plans, but my grandma has a friend. This is like her friend since freshman year. And they're like 70 right now. So it's like a really long friendship.
I wish I had friends.
I'm your friend.
Oh, yay. Nice. Sweet.
So we're supposed to go see her, and we're supposed to like rent. It sounded like the best vacation. Like we're gonna get like a house, and we're on the beach, and we're just gonna like, ooh. And then like I don't know if we're gonna do it, but I already have my hopes set high that it's gonna be awesome if it happens.
And we're going to go to Universal. I'm going to bring all my money and spend all my money.
Universal for me was really fun, but my dad doesn't know Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
He's also the type of guy that says check on Amazon. If it's cheaper on Amazon, you can get it on Amazon.
I mean, he's just smart with his money then.
So I'd be like, "Dad, this is really cute." He'd be like, "That's $20 here, $14 Amazon."
And you're like, order now.
Order now. I mean, it was fun though. It was just me, Avery, and my dad. My sister gets really mad when we talk about it because she wasn't invited.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think my mom's going to go with Universal to us because she can't do any of the rides. She gets motion sick. I get motion sick too now. Thanks, Mom.
My dad does, but he goes on the rides. It's like he'll get migraines. Because so like at Universal they have a bunch of those like VR rides. Like we went on a couple of them and kind of got like a headache.
Yeah, those make my mom extra motion sick.
I think it's a cool concept though because it feels like you're moving.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're just in a little room.
Yeah.
The one inside Hogwarts Castle, strongly recommend. That was fun because you were moving, but it was also like VR.
Yeah, and then like a dragon spit in your face.
I really want to go now because they have the whole Forbidden Forest.
Yeah, and they have the train. Like I haven't been there in forever.
I went on the train. It was fun. They had little things like on the sides. I wish I would have gone when Fred and George actors. I think they're James and Oliver Phelps.
Yeah, who aren't even twins.
No. What? Yes, they are.
They're twins.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my God, they're twins.
Did you see the thing where it's like
the fake?
No, we're not even twins. No,
We
they,
just showed
they
us
are.
together.
They are
Yeah.
twins. That's why it's James and Oliver Phelps.
I thought they were just married.
Yeah. you know, you marry your doppelganger.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a weird narcissistic
And you both
thing.
just happen to be gay.
You're both gay. You look exactly the same, and you're both extremely narcissistic that you want to marry someone that looks exactly like you.
Yes.
Gosh, just that one Greek guy. I think his name was like Narcissus.
Narcissus?
Narcissus. That something like that. I can't remember
Yeah.
his name now. He was in the Heroes of
Mustache?
Olympus book. Strongly recommend. Those books are great.
Yeah, I read all the Percy Jackson ones,
Mhm.
and then I have all the other ones, and I maybe read halfway through the first one. They're just so big. Audiobooks are so much easier because I can just
They are
crochet.
so good. I love those books. Not as good as Harry Potter, but
You
like,
should
they're
just make an
so
audiobook
good.
of them and now listen to it.
I would love to narrate things for you.
Someone, I mean, we have all this audio equipment.
That is true. I could just record all the books.
Yeah, that might be a little illegal.
Illegal?
Illegal though.
I don't think it'd be that illegal. Not if I sold it. But, like, I'm reading the Apollo books right now. Well, I was, but then I had to wait for the next one to come out. I own it now because my mom's friend owns a bookstore, and it was there, and we bought it. It was $20. It's totally worth it because she bought it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to read it as soon as I'm done with this other book I'm reading. And I'm going to read it, and the first thing it's going to say is, spoiler alert, it's going to say Jason Grace is not dead. Because he dies in the third one, but in the fourth one, he's going to be alive because he's not actually going to be dead.
Okay.
It's a fact. It's a fact. He can't just kill someone.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap things up.
Yeah,
You ready to wrap things up?
I am.
Do you have any last opinions or anything you'd like to say?
No, not really.
Who's that guy that you like? Eric. His name is Eric.
No, he's not. It's not. I didn't say Eric. She's lying to you.
Is it Eric Dinkle?
No, he works at the zoo.
Oh, okay. Okay. So any other last opinions or thoughts?
No, not really. I think I got everything I wanted to say said.
Do you want the people to do anything?
Yes. You should stop using plastic because you want to save the environment. Also, know where your pets are coming from, especially the fish. Watch out for the pet trade people. It's killing things.
Do you want the listeners to like and subscribe to?
Like and subscribe
and
to
rate us.
the channel. Rate us like 10 stars. Just go above the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that too.
And comment.
Mostly the fish thing. Do the fish thing. Help the
Eat
environment.
lots of fish.
Help the environment. Know where your fish are coming from.
Yeah, be a good person. All you boomers don't have to live with this, but us youngins do.
We're supposed to be in the middle of an ice age right now,
Yeah.
but it's warming up because of humans.
Yeah, stupid people. Stupid boomers. Okay, boomer. Okay, and we are goodbye.